Well, I came back with a cold. I started sneezing on the airlines, and then a full blown cold I've woken up to. I could feel it last night and also this morning. But good morning, everyone. Apologies for those who tried to first of all hit my stream on Mixcloud. Don't ask me what's going on with the stream. There's just errors. So we are streaming live just on SharkyDJ stream. So please send the message, share the stream, share the love. But you guys have been thoroughly missed, I tell you. I haven't missed doing the Breakfast Flight show. I have relished taking a break and not getting up early Monday mornings or Tuesday mornings to do the show. But it's good to be back. It's good to see all these usual faces. Spice Nice, AJ, Melly Mel, Wolfmeister. You've had to switch over to Sharkies. Don't forget to switch back though to HPQ. You're following HPQ. Don't forget. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. And my lovely Lady B, I should see you. I tried to tune into some of your shows, but the internet. Yeah, we had internet, but for streaming, I don't think that would have worked. But no, I was definitely not going to stream live from abroad. No, 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 no. A break is a break is a break, and one must take a break sometimes.
No, I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking about, the pool party, or trying to get a little live stream going on there, the beach. But
Sometimes you just got to have your own party and just show pictures when you come back.
you're so mean, you are. See, I like to share the love to the world.
Share the love, or is that showing off? Look where I am and look where you're not.
Exactly.
There's a little bit of that. Well, what's been going on in the world? I'm hoping that we've picked up a few new listeners. I had such a great time in Ghana. And as Sharky was talking about earlier on, boy, did we hit some sickness. I have never spoken about bowel movement so much before in a couple of days. We didn't just get sick. About 70% of the people got sick. They got sick, stomach troubles. And in fact, I heard from one of the lovely ladies this morning, she's actually got gastroenteritis. So she weren't just sick, she had something. She had a proper stomach bug, picked it up. Almighty problems. But yes, Ghana was absolutely beautiful. I mean, just the historical features of Ghana, what you learn about our people. I come back feeling at one with nature and at one with our people, you know. Don't want to wear any jewelry from Warren James, Samuel, wherever you call it. I want to wear my Ghana stuff. HS Samuels, that's
Whatever,
it.
yeah.
I want to wear all my Ghana stuff, and I want my house adorned with Ghanaian history. Honestly, I've come back just rejuvenated to learn more about our people, and I think we should. What we learn about in schools really just isn't enough, and we have to teach our own children and teach ourselves. It's not just about visiting the island. There's a whole load of information that we can find out as well. And there's a couple of trips that I missed out on, like the Alima Castle. I'm so gutted I missed out on that trip, and the Slave River, because I think that was mainly the highlight, but due to illness I just couldn't make it. But going up to Kumasi, going to one of the Kentu villages where they actually weave the fabrics by foot. I'm going to see if I can get some footage on later to show you what we witnessed and what we saw. And it's all kind of, I can't even say handcrafted, I say footcrafted.
Footcrafted, yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing what skills that people have. It's amazing what skills that they attained throughout the years, what they have managed to teach our people. It's just it was a mind-blowing experience. That's all I can say. It really, really was. And just encourage people to go to the motherland at some point when you can. When you can, please do it.
Definitely an experience and a half.
But you know, the best experience was the waterfall massage. I've got to say. Now, I put it up on Facebook. I put this massage up on Facebook. Now, two lovely men. Okay, they're quite muscular. And they have a backdrop settings of under the a cinema. I can't pronounce it properly. Forgive me, Lady B and everybody else, if I forget the pronunciation wrong. I'm going to look up the name in a minute. Now, they have these natural waterfalls there, and they put some massage tables there, depending on how many people are getting massaged. And at first, they adorn you with banana leaves and get you involved in a little bit of spiritualism there and becoming at one with nature. Then they bath your feet, I think like what the Muslims do. They bath your feet first, and then they lay you on the tables, and then you get a solid hour and a half massage. A solid hour and a half, non-stop, front and back included. And then they film it for their social media, and a couple of their videos have gone viral. Now, of course, I've put that on my Facebook, and all I've got Where's Sharky? Where's Sharky? Where's Sharky? Where's Sharky? Why would Sharky be at my own personal massage? Have you had your man standing over you when you're having a massage, ladies? Is it wrong to have a massage? Is it wrong then to have a massage because it's done by another man? Is it wrong to have a massage because it's done by another man and he happens to be muscly? Is it so wrong to have it under a waterfall? What's wrong with you ladies? Fix up, women, and stop being so silly. It's a massage. It wasn't anything else. I could not believe the comments I got. And quite frankly, as I said, I don't give a damn about comments. Sharky knows where I was. I know where I am. I know where I'm getting. Everybody just needs to take a little chill pill and understand that I'm zened. I'm at peace.
And the only reason that I was not there was because I was playing on the beach. I was actually booked to go for the massage from a female and have the same thing done to me as well. But I had to play at the beach party, so the time that she had gone to the massage, I could not make it, so I had to cancel. HPQ went with my blessings, but the Facebook was like, if it was my man, he would not let another man touch me and all that. And there's a difference when there's a service provided and you have, people doing something to you. Because this guy's done what I could only learn from what I saw. I was like, okay, is that how you do it? I'm going to do some of that to her when she gets back home. So, yeah, it was just a massage. But next time I will definitely make sure that I get my massage next time.
And that's the difference. It was just a service provided. Just one didn't have a top on and one normally does. And ladies, come on. Stop letting your men get in their knickers in a twist. It's just a massage.
Unmute.
So I thought it was you, then I realised it was me, and I was thinking, do I have to reboot? What's going on? I just came back. How can this all be going on? And that's exactly what's going on now. I'm freezing, aren't I?
You was, indeed. Indeed.
And Lady B come back and says, Sharky, you didn't have a massage. You obviously weren't listening to what Sharky was just saying.
No, I couldn't have a massage because I was booked to go on and have a massage by one of these Mandingo women. I'll say Mandingo. I don't know if the tribe, Ashanti women or whatever. And I was booked to go on to the massage event as well. But I had to stay back and play at the beach party. I had no choice because that's what I was booked for. So I had to let HPQ go by herself. And she was meant to come back to the beach party, but she was having so much fun, she forgot all about me and just did her thing. No, it was like late and everything, but she had fun. Only joking.
Yeah, no, not that we didn't. I didn't forget. It took 2.5 hours to get up there and 2.5 hours back, plus an hour and a half massage. By the time we got back, it was after 4 p.m. And it was such a shame because I did want to go to the beach party because I love a beach, I love the water. So it just didn't happen at all. But for those that want to see the massage, myself and my friend had it. Let's just show you a little bit of what you missed. Make sure you go and do this when you're on Ghana. It is a highlight of the trip. And these guys are experts. Absolutely fantastic. That's all I'm showing you because I think that you need to go. Did you hear the music in the background and the sound of the waterfalls?
My massage table would have been right in between the two of you, like right in the middle.
No, it was absolutely excellent. It really was. But miscellaneous, good morning to you as well. But it is good to be back. It's good to be back in sunny old England. I think we've come back to some sunshine. Everyone was talking about it was going to be cold, but I came back. I just had my hoodie on and I wasn't too cold. Made it all the way back.
Was it? It wasn't as bad as we thought. Because I actually thought, gosh, I should have brought more jumpers than that. But I was actually it was just about the right temperature that I had for my body. Still had the sunshine in me. Still had the sunshine in us, didn't we?
Okay, so miscellaneous says she has to run first meeting of the day. You go, girl, you go. Now, back to the news. What have we been missing in this time that we've been off? We know there's things happening with Diddy. Sharky was touching upon it this morning. But a couple of things I want to touch on. Quincy Jones died. Rest in peace, Quincy Jones. I think that might have been just before we left. that he passed away. So rest in peace to that wonderful producer. And I only hope no stories come out about Quincy. We need one person to go in their grave with still on their way to heaven and
Yeah.
not on their way to hell, you
Not
know?
taking the elevator downstairs down to the basement.
Yeah. So, rest in peace. He was absolutely fantastic producer there. So we have to give him his kudos as well. The other thing that's happening is that Trump's back.
Oh gosh. You know
Trump
what?
is
I
back
can't
in power.
believe they voted that criminal back in power. And
Just
you know,
shows you
it
can.
it just shows there's one rule for one and another rule for another, because do you know what? Diddy is the other end, going through whatever he did, and he deserves to be where he is. But Trump, on the other hand, has done some criminality to the United States, not just to certain women, to the United States. Taking out documents when he left power and all these kind of things. It was proof of what he did, getting rid of valuable documents, information. And after doing all of that and evidence coming out against him and going through court, they put him back in power on the other end of the scale. I mean, that if that doesn't show you what white supremacy is, then nothing will.
I just think that if any other color president did that, it just
say
wouldn't
if
happen.
Obama did that. If Obama did that.
Yeah, it just wouldn't happen, would it? So I'm surprised, but that just shows you how people vote and the reasons for it. I'd rather vote in a criminal than a black person. That's what people are saying. So if racism, if the message isn't clear, we got it now. We absolutely 100% got it. I remember when Richard Nixon had that scandal, and he didn't go back and run for presidency. And I don't think they put any laws in that if a president commits a crime and gets indicted or gets sentenced, it doesn't matter. You can still run for president. And they didn't actually kind of change that statute or amend it. So he saw the loophole and thought, it doesn't matter if I've been charged, I can still run for president again. And guess what? I can grope women, I can do what I want, and I can win. And I can be in control of one of the most powerful countries in the world. At his age, how old is he? 78 or so? On the verge of probably some kind of Parkinson or dementia, and we're letting him become the president to run a superpower.
But the point is, in America, if you are a felon, as they would say, okay,
you can't even leave the country.
Criminal. You can't leave the country, and you can't vote. You can't vote. So how is it that this guy is more than a felon? Okay, was a president before, took documents away from the White House when he was leaving to get rid of evidence, can get back in power again.
It is beggars belief, and it's not something I just even want to read into. I'm not surprised, because if you look at Kamala Harris's campaign, she done a really good campaign in terms of when she was having the debates with Trump. She sounded more like she was making a lot more sense in terms of what she was talking about, in terms of some of her policies. Trump was talking about migrants coming in and eating animals that people believed, and pushing everybody out. And Kamala, the other thing that was wrong is that she was associated with Diddy. And she got a whole load of celebrities to endorse her. Trump didn't. And all she got was a load of celebrities coming up and speaking on behalf of her. And I don't know if the people want that anymore. Do we want celebrities endorsing a president? Why are we in the world of celebrities? And we've already got this argument going on about nepo babies. And then why are celebrities endorsing the president? Who are they? Are they that powerful? And I think because Taylor Swift did that before, she trumped Trump's campaign of getting in with the TikTok. Remember that? And Biden got in. And so Kamala thought, well, maybe I'll use celebrities with the likes of Taylor Swift endorsing me. She's got a huge fan base. People want Taylor Swift to run for the president candidacy, by the way. So she thought that would be my direction, and it didn't work.
But the thing about it is, Trump was involved with Diddy in the early days. He'd met Diddy and he had said, yes, Diddy's my friend and, you know, I know him and he's a nice guy and all this and that. What's the difference?
Oh, well, because he's got a load of rednecks voting for him, you know. They don't see that. They just see Trump as an all-encompassing, powerful man, and they got blinkers on. They don't care. He's a man. He can do what he wants. I mean, he groped women as well, you know. But he didn't drug women. And the association with Diddy is a bit too strong. Diddy is fresh in the news. Fresh in the news for all he does. And all we had was pictures circulating with Kamala Harris and Diddy. Anytime I actually looked on YouTube, it was Kamala Harris, Prince Harry and Diddy, more so than anybody else. So a lot of stuff is being pushed through. And Elon Musk attributed 75 million to the Trump presidency. Elon Musk owns X. And Elon Musk can control the narrative on X and the messaging that's coming out across the nation. So if the message is just vote for Trump, vote for Trump, vote for Trump, we all know that if you see it enough, you'll buy it or vote for it. So that's what happens when you've got powerful moguls like one of the world's richest men backing you. Now, how much power is Elon Musk going to get now that Trump's in? You give 75 million to the president. You're now in power. Elon Musk is another... I shouldn't say these things on radio, you know. But that man supports ketamine. The uses of ketamine, known to take ketamine. He's another one that's up in the air with the fairies at the most times, but manages to make money and have a powerful mind. And, you know, power and power make more power. Power and power plus power equals greed.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's an equation for that, I'm sure. But let's play a track.
Yeah, I think I better do that to get HPQ down in the club. We did some salsa dancing, and she's becoming a fine little dancer. My one little HPQ in, yeah.
Oh, I'm okay. That's all I say. I'm okay. Now, talking about Trump getting back in power, Obama famously tried to get some healthcare policies put in place in the US due to the concerns of the cost of healthcare for individuals out there. But does anybody know what people have to pay if you don't have healthcare for basic things? Are you aware, Sharky, at all?
I'm not aware, but I know it's quite expensive.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty shocked because if you can't afford healthcare, I mean, it's a bit like anybody having and going to take private healthcare out. You have to pay for private healthcare, otherwise, or healthcare in the States, otherwise you're just not going to get any help. You'll end up being charged and have a debt like student debt proportions. It's even worse than that.
Wow.
It is. But I suppose if we are paying national insurance, it's probably the equivalent of paying national insurance. We pay national insurance contributions in order to keep the National Health Service alive. So for that, we get free healthcare. So I suppose if we took those contributions that we were paying in and were able to pay that into our own private healthcare, then I'm sure it would equal out. But what about the people who are not working, that can't contribute? What happens to them? Well,
Not sure.
we found out the cost of running, I think it's an ambulance, and the actual cost is, if you don't have healthcare insurance, can be anywhere between 500 to 3,500 just for you to call out an ambulance to take you to hospital, up to 3,500 just to get an ambulance. I'll say that again. That is absolutely ridiculous. It makes you probably not want to call an ambulance ever, which is why the majority of people, when they've got issues, will take a taxi or an Uber to their local hospital in the United States. That's absolutely incredulous.
$3,500 what, dollars?
Yeah.
To call out an ambulance?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Depending on where you go, between 500 and 3,500. If you're across state to the nearest hospital, you are in trouble. Now, America spends more than double what its other peer nations spend on healthcare for its residents. And the country has the highest maternal mortality rate, and citizens lead shorter lives. And that is because they don't have the appropriate access to healthcare. And they are more likely to suffer from chronic diseases and die by suicide. That is in the States. So they're calling for some changes in the States also. Now, how much do you think it would cost for you to have a baby?
Well, if it's 3.5 for an ambulance, what would you say? Something like about 20 grand?
So yeah, it's about $20,000 on average to give birth, have an assisted birth in the Americas.
Mm.
Yeah, the average cost of a, they call it a vaginal birth, is around 13,000. That includes the cost of the facilities and the doctor fees. But a C-section is a little bit more expensive, costing an average around $22,000. And yet, still the cost, as I said, it has the highest rates of maternal mortality, with 24 new mums dying for every 100,000 babies delivered. Nearly 2.5 times the average in any other country, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now, in some hospitals, they charge for skin-to-skin contact between a mum and a newborn baby. I don't know how that makes sense. For you to hold your baby, they wanted to charge. They said that in 2016, a dad went viral after posting a picture of his bill in a Utah Valley hospital, showing he was charged $40 for his wife to hold their baby after a C-section.
Wow, that's really disgusting, really, isn't it?
So you hold
It's
your
not. It's
child in
not
your
good.
womb, and then they turn around and say, "We're going to charge you if you want to. If we take the baby out and put it on you, then they're charging for that." That's just ridiculous.
Stupid. Absolutely.
And in the UK, if you want to get an EpiPen for those that have allergies,
Hmm.
it's around about £13 in the UK to get an EpiPen. In the United States, it's about £600 for an EpiPen.
Wow,
That's to
really
show you
expensive.
that yes, it
The
is.
difference, yeah.
So if you're poor in the US of A, you're not surviving anything.
Gosh, it's definitely atrocious. Yes, definitely.
And it's really sad that we've come to that where they don't have a proper. I think they have charitable churches and other places that may be able to help. I think it was Denzel Washington that had a film about he took C's of a hospital when they refused his son treatment or the cost of it. It was either that or his son was in a postcode lottery, so he didn't fit the criteria. And it was really weird watching this film because what actually happens is they've got kids that will need some kind of cancer treatment. They have a meeting to decide how they are ranked in order to get the treatment. So you're ranked first, second, third, fourth, fifth, up maybe up to 10. And so they talk around the table about which child's got what background they're from, what their parents do, who's the more likely going to survive, who's likely going to be able to afford the treatment afterwards, as to who gets the treatment first.
But you know what really makes me realise the con of medical, the costings
Healthcare.
of medical medication. When I was in Ghana, we went to the chemist there, and I went to buy some tablets to
Imodium?
the Pepto, but some also tablets, Imodium, and I bought a couple of things, and it came up to something like about 50 CDs, which is how much? It's about
£2.50.
£2, right? And I mean, in the end, I bought the Pepto Bismol, a big bottle. Everything came up to under 100, or maybe just over 100 CDs, which is like about £5. And I was actually so surprised. I actually bought more because it was so cheap to buy all these bits and pieces that I needed. Now, that same Pepto Bismol that I bought, which, remember, was about £3, I think it worked out, or
Yeah.
£2 for the big bottle, to get that in the UK would have been about £8 or £9. Okay, maybe even more, because I got the big bottle. Plus, I got the Imodium and all the other bits and pieces in the chemist. And I ended up buying medication for other people in case anybody else was sick and needed it. Right? I paid for my tablets, malaria tablets, some ridiculous amount of money. I mean, you paid a ridiculous
£50.
amount of money.
And I haven't even taken them anymore.
And you haven't even taken them. We might as well have just gone there to the chemist and said, if you got the tablets, they prescribed it, and you bought it there, and it's so cheap. So it just goes to show the costings, the tax that they put on the medications that they don't really need to actually, they don't actually cost that amount of money to make.
Well, the
They
other
make a
question is
huge
are
amount
they
of money.
actually effective? I've got some stories on your Lemsips and your Beecham's powders and whether they are effective, and are we actually wasting our money buying these decongestants?
I actually think we are.
We are.
I actually think we are. I think, if people look into some more natural remedies, like what our mums and dad had, like my grandmother had a remedy. My mum had, bless my mum. I mean, she's got something for everything. If this is wrong, she'll tell you to do that. If that's wrong, take this, take this. My mum's like a little walking herbal chemist, and it works.
But the funny thing is, we grew up with our parents doing that, telling us to take this kind of action for any kind of thing that we were suffering, and they got that from their parents or their forefathers way back in the Caribbean. Now we're getting to a point where we're watching TikTok videos where these remedies do actually work, and I want to go for more natural homeopathic medicines. I mean, someone told me I stopped taking my malaria because of the reactions I was having to them. I think they didn't help my diarrhea or the stomach cramps that I was having, so I stopped. And someone said, well, if you're not getting bitten, why are you taking malaria tablets? A little light bulb shone and thought, you're right, I can't get malaria if I'm not getting bitten. I'm taking all the sprays and they're not biting me really, so why? They don't tell us, we have to show that we're getting our medication. We're just duped into the fact that we should be taking it to stop us from getting it. And what is malaria tablets? They give you malaria anyway. So your body will learn to naturally combat it. And as I said, we were talking about foods, right? These Ghanaians have a stomach for foods that surpasses us. I mean, we went through the market and we saw goat rind, cow rind, flies zooming around. They love dried fish as well. Lots of dried fish, lots of flies. We don't know what they're putting in there. And that fish, the dried fish, is not going to be washed when they get home. That's going in the food, in the pot. You're going to eat it. So if their stomachs can stomach it, and they've evolved after all these years, well, you know what? I thought a few more weeks and our stomach would have been fine.
Yeah.
We would have been acclimatized to some of this food and be able to eat it. But let's stop.
One person on the trip that I know that has been to Ghana twice now, never taken any tablets. I'm not. It was a bit of a risk, and they was like, well, the same if I'm not ill, why am I taking the tablets?
Yeah.
And I said it was a bit of a risk not taking them, but there's a chemist out there, isn't it, that will sort you out, and they have this tablet which I bought, which literally when I was sick, it just sorted it out there and then.
Yeah, that Modium melt in your mouth one is the one that works, not the tablets that we bought from the UK. They didn't work. But the melt in the mouth ones, they were absolutely brilliant. But let's play a track, or maybe after we come back from the break, I'll talk to you about decongestants and Lemsips and Beecham's powders and whether they do actually work. For me, I'm drinking hot water and lemon for now. I'll come back after this.
Yes, definitely. To do the trick. So I went to kind of helped me get my appetite back. Bought some chocolates which I wouldn't eat as well, but I ate off all those as well. A packet of hula hoops. Stomach back to normal. HPQ. I'm just ranting on this morning.
Oh, you're not ranting. And good morning to Mr. Martin Winter. It's nice to be back, to be honest with you. It really is. It's good to be back and seeing all you guys. Got to give a big shout out to Aisha B. I met her mum as well. Her mum is so lovely.
Mum's so lovely. She's so
really
nice. She
lovely.
said, Aisha said hello. I must tell you Aisha. And I'm thinking, which Aisha? I know about 6 Aishas.
But it's always lovely to meet our listeners and listeners' mums and the rest of their families. Honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. Now, you were talking about very quickly about the virtual couch. I know that we've got it. I've been advertising it for gosh knows how long, over 6 weeks. Unfortunately, there is no virtual couch this Sunday as advertised. Unfortunately, it is my son's birthday this week, the 14th of November, and he decided that he wants to book a dinner for the whole entire family on Sunday, and looked at me sideways when I said I've got a show to do. Like, Mum, it's my birthday, so unfortunately I'm going to have to pull the show this week. My son's birthday has pulled rank, and I'm going to have to contact everyone. It's going to be in December now. We're going to move it over there, and I'm going to have another special guest. We'll talk about that on next week's show, who that's going to be. And so sorry about that, everybody. No virtual couch this week, Martin Winter. I'm going to have to pull that from the advertisements. And you just found out from this week. So don't tune in this Sunday. And I'll give you the new dates in December for that. So apologies.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, now we were talking about colds. I've picked up a cold since I've come back, and we're talking about medication and what's good and what's not good. Just before I left, they said that they've got a pill now for you to slim down for those people who are overweight. It's the Ozempic drug, which is mainly used for diabetics, of which they found it's more effective to help you lose weight. We've got lots of stars using it, as you can see by them skinny cells that you're seeing all over social media. Those that are really, really, really skinny, you know they are using that drug. There's a drug for everything. But is it always good for you? They said that they are now going to find a drug to stop people smoking. They had the patches. Now there's going to be a pill that they're saying that you're going to be able to pop. And that's coming very, very soon for those that are having problems with the effects of not being able to give up. Now, the other thing that has hit the news quite recently that I saw, that I've picked up on, is that they're looking to do more research into the decongestants that we buy, the Lemsips, the Beecham's powders, the all-in-ones, the Sudafeds, the Nurophens. Now, they contain a chemical, the decongestants phenylpyrin. I can't pronounce it properly. Okay, now they're saying that there's concerns that they are not effective and they are essentially a waste of money because they don't really help with you being sick. Now, these drugs can cost up to £5 a packet. We've seen these prices soar in recent years. You got a cold, £5 just to get a packet of them, and they're encouraging you to take all of the powders, the Lemsips, the tablets, and all sorts of things. But really, I think we just need a little alcohol rub and some of them old school remedies to help. Colds don't just go through these tablets you take. They have to go through your system. It's a virus. Now, these remedies are supposed to help ease the symptoms, but there are other natural remedies you can use to help ease rather than pay £5 for the benefit and putting all these drugs in your system that offer pretty much a short-term benefit, little benefit, or no benefit. Now, it's up to you guys to rule that out, but I don't buy these decongestants. I don't sit there and think I've got to take a Lemsip. Number one, they taste nasty, and number two, I'm not all in for pumping my body with drugs every time something is wrong.
Absolutely. And definitely natural remedies are the way forward. I think we need to get back to mummy and grandma gave us, isn't it?
I just think that women just need to breastfeed for the rest of their lives, and we just suckle on that good milk, and that clears us up with absolutely everything. It really does. You know, stop giving our children all these drugs. Don't we understand what we're doing to them and ourselves? Natural remedies all the way. This is what I'm going for. See, I'll come back with spiritual.
Just grinning and showing off.
Yeah, you can show. I did say, from a long time, sort out your Jamaican passport.
I should have sorted out ages ago. Yes, definitely.
You don't have to pay for a visa with a Jamaican passport, people, when you are going to Ghana. If you have one, you don't pay the visa fees. You just slide right through. And in fact, when I went to get the massage, we drove past an area where the Jamaicans actually reside, where they've kind of got their own community up there, and past Rita Marley's house also in that region, which was lovely. And it was there that I picked up all the mangoes. I thought, well, if the Jamaicans are here, the food's got to be all right in this region. I could cope with it here. So I bought a load of mangoes. I had to put them in a separate bag for the weight of these mangoes. I bought some ripe ones and I bought some not ripe ones. I got a whole heap of mangoes. And I'm not a mango fan. I like a mango, but I don't go crazy over them. Yesterday I ate 3.
Make sure you save 2 for me,
I ate 3 clean mangoes. They were lovely, just juicy. Gave them a good wash though, but yes. Now, I saw Lady B put something in the chat saying that be careful where you eat. She ate at the Movenpick. Now, it wasn't just about where we ate. We didn't really eat off the street sellers at all. What happened is that we went on the tours and we had the tour operators providing us lunch foods. That could have been attributed to it. We were told that the malaria tablets that we gave also give you malaria, so they give you diarrhea. That's one of the side effects. So I think that combined with the malaria tablets, combined with the food. Ghanaians, they love egg in their food. Number one, right? All egg is in everything. They like chilies, right? I wanted a bland soup. There's about 8 chilies just boiling in that pot of soup. So chilies in food, and they use heavy spices in their food. And don't forget the climate, the heat, the way they prepare food, the water that they use, all sorts of things will contribute to you having a little bit of a jelly belly. They say it in India, Egypt, all these nations and countries that we go to, sometimes just the food preparation, the environment and the bacteria that's around in the air, our stomachs are not evolved to kind of eat them kind of hard, spicy up, I wouldn't say mad food because their food is lovely, that food. So yeah, I love eggs, but I don't eat eggs. They cut it in half and put a load of this chili in it. Everything's got a chili accompaniment to it. Not gravy, but chili. Some kind of chili spice. But, you know, I had a beautiful time there. Our stomachs just didn't quite go in one with the food, but that's not stopping me from going there. The clothes, didn't we have something made, Sharky?
We had a lovely outfit made where if you go to the spa weekender, we intend to wear it there, which is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, we chose the same material, so you know Sharky likes to be matching, so you know we have to match up. Sharky's got his shirt and his hat and a lovely dress, and she bought me this lovely jacket. I bought a lovely jacket
the jacket
as well.
Was lovely to die for, definitely.
And I'm at one with the Adinkra symbols and their meanings. I'm telling you, I've gone all African on myself. I'm going back to my roots. I'm telling you.
Definitely. But talking about the organisation and the planning, they normally say women are very good planners when they travel, okay? But SharkyDJ is one that brings everything. I was one that brought the lunch boxes, everything. I bought canisters that we have cool drinks in and everything. And the bag that she brought the mango back in, I was the one that brought that, okay? I was the organised one on this trip.
Anyway, as we were moving on, yes, SharkyDJ, you were the organised one, ladies.
Let people know that men.
Yeah,
men
it was
can
the
be
organised one
when they travel as well.
Yeah.
So all
definitely.
that HPQ sealed in there.
Oh, we would definitely appreciate the vote. But you know what? In the Breast Presenter, Sharky and I are up separately. So you do know you have to vote for HPQ because whilst Sharky says he does all the work and he's organised and everything, HPQ organises the show. HPQ gets the news. Sharky just sits there sitting there pretty, just doing the music, So vote HPQ, vote HPQ.
Vote HPQ because whichever one of us goes up for that show, we'll bring the other. So we're not.
HPQ's got up on their lonesome Joseph. That's bye, Sharky.
You go by yourself then.
No, we did both say that whoever wins it, we're both going up together because we do the show together. So it's a joint team effort. So it'll be a joint prize. But we need your votes. We need to know that you actually do enjoy the Breakfast Flight show. So please go in. And there's other DJs on there that you can vote for. There's loads of categories on there, actually. You can choose to skip past them. But we would prefer you voting for your favourite person. If you haven't heard of them, just choose the name.
Juicy
resonates
on there as well.
Juicy's on there. So don't forget to vote for Juicy also.
Countryman's on there.
Yes, he is. So please, guys,
I actually voted for Countryman as well. I voted him as the best reggae DJ.
Well, I voted all my fellow DJs that I
voted for Juicy as well.
That I work with. So, yeah, I would vote for all of them too. We all did. So, yes, everyone, if you enjoy the show, please, please, please appreciate the vote. That's it. And Sharky was talking about something that beforehand that I was laughing at, and I've kind of lost the train of thought on that one.
Was it your hair?
No, not so much my hair. No, it's gone. Anyway, but I've got another bit of news for you guys. Now, maybe the male needs to be more like what they call an anglerfish. I don't know if anyone's heard about the bizarre life of the anglerfish. Now, I like to follow Richard Attenborough, and he's always writing stories about unusual creatures in the sea or on land and about what they do and nature doing different things. Now, they are very different, right? The pairings of this deep sea male and female. And it's a little bit unbalanced because whilst the female spends her life hunting, the male is at leisure to just simply hitchhike, acting as a passenger for the majority of his adult life. What does that sound like? Does that sound like normal life, people?
Yeah, go out and provide the food, just like lions, isn't it? With the lions, the lionesses, they go out and they do all the hunting. And the final, when they need to bring down, the heavy work, the lifting needs to be done by the male lion.
Yeah, so the males only grow to a fraction of the size of the females, and these females have an unmistakable kind of like, they call it a dorsal spine with some flesh lure at the end. They call it luminous flesh lure at the end. So something flashes at their rear end that sparks the attention of the male anglerfish. Now, the reason why it's luminous is because they are in the deep sea. This is not no freshwater fish that you'll be swimming through. We're talking about deep deep, deep water sea that is absolutely black, that you can't see a thing. Now, males don't have the same head growth or the ability to attract prey, but what the male lacks in their luminosity, he makes up for with an impeccable sense of smell that he uses to sniff out his future mate in this pitch black expanse of the deep sea. Now, by the time he's found her, there's a good chance that he's been beaten to the punch, because this small suitor will often share his partner with up to 6 other males. Isn't that good, women? They got to share this time. Now, undeterred, what he does is that he uses his small, sharp teeth to latch on to his intended side, and he holds on for the rest of his life. Just holds on to her, latches on and holds on. So that could be 6 other fishes just swimming there. Now, in some species, right, the male becomes a permanent parasite on the female, and his small body will just be left simply trailing along in the water beside her. Now, slowly, they will fuse into that female, becoming a removable, what they call appendage, something that's just hanging off. Now, in this relationship, this is where it becomes unfair. Well, until I tell you the end. Now, in this relationship, he is completely catered for. He is completely catered for. He no longer needs his eyes, so he loses the ability to use them. So he can't look for another fish, right? He relies on his host for all of his nutrition. Even his bloodstream eventually connects with the female fish. But, as usual, men, you got one use, right? What's the one use? What's the one use you got, males?
I'm sure you're going to tell us.
So he's an integral part of her life, because the vital thing that he supplies is a constant supply of sperm. Imagine that, ladies. You ain't even got a hump for it. All you ladies that are worried about getting a man, go be an anglerfish. Because you can get as much as you want. There's a constant supply. Did you hear that? A constant supply of sperm. And that could be up to 6 other male fishes supplying a constant supply of sperm for the rest of your life. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Paulette Locke says reproduction. We know, but it's a constant supply of sperm. Happy People says thank you. So that's 6 times the amount. No.
I'm going to tell you the joke with Happy People promotions, right? There's actually a joke.
Can I finish this first? 1 second.
Yeah, sorry. Go on.
So this is only because the female can produce fertile eggs for the rest of her life, making him very vital to the species. Sorry, Sharky DJ.
That's all right. Sorry, I disturbed you. There's just a little private joke going on with Happy People promotion. He just said, check your WhatsApp, right? And he said, Sharky, your cap isn't straight in your head, and it's irritating my OCD. I had it like this. So that's why I said thank you. Sorry, my apologies. Oh, dear.
That's okay, Happy People Promotions. I'm glad that he's fixed it for you. I don't know why he couldn't see it on screen. I couldn't see it.
I did
anyway.
see it. It was just my kind of schoolboy thing, you know.
But anyway, so, maybe males need to be more like the anglerfish. And ladies, would you like that? A male latching onto you for the rest of your life, slowly fusing into you. He loses the ability to see. So that's one thing, and he's got to hold on to you for the rest of his life. And you got to feed him. And for that, bare sperm.
I don't think women would like that.
Well, Verona says she's just laughing. She's just laughing. We'll leave it as that. We'll play a track. We'll come back to something else after this. We'll come back to OnlyFans. The debate on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
I think what A-listers trying to say, would you be stuck with your current partner for life? Right?
Oh, current. Okay.
No, he's not saying that, but I think the thought maybe is looking at your current partner. Would you want to be stuck with them for life? Because most people say yes, of course I would do. But maybe you're looking at your current partner and thinking maybe yes, maybe no. I hope she's not there listening. Of course you want to. Happy People Promotions. Of course you want to be with your partner for life. Definitely. Yes.
Now, would I want to be with my current partner for life?
Well, in the anglerfish, don't forget when the male anglerfish, they latch onto the female, they lose their eyes, they get sucked into the same bloodstream as the women, so they might get some effeminate qualities which may calm them down anyway. So you can't do anything more other than just get fed and produce sperm. For the women, it's just like a yes, a win-win situation all the way through. You get a partner, you get fed with nutrition. Proteins, you get your proteins from 6 other sources. It's a win-win situation, honestly. And all you do is just throw out the kids and let them, just throw them out there.
He's talking about the latch-on thing.
Yeah, but you get fused in. You know what I mean? You're not just latched on. You're fused in. You become part of we. Don't forget, the female is the one that's able to give birth and the giver of the land. Of course, you should latch on. Yes, latch on, man. Stay quiet and latch on. That should be the male role. You just sit there, give sperm, and stay quiet. Life would be so much easier.
It's a bit like having a woman with money in it. Just latch onto her and just take the resources in it. But she sucks everything out of you in it by the looks of it. You go blind with it. No, thank you. What I them. Anyway,
let me come on to the news I was talking about. Two things I want to talk about, actually. So the first one is I asked if anyone was Guyanese, and there's a reason for that, because as you know, quite recently Guyana has found oil. Mm-hmm. So we've got the Americans with the Exxon and the shale oils, and everybody in the country drilling and getting a piece of that lovely profit pie. However, there's been negotiations going on as to what Guyana are going to get out of this. I remember when the news first broke, when I went there, I think in 2018, they had found oil back then, and all the Exxon companies were touting all the Ghanaian diplomats. And people are wondering, it's because Guyana is not a rich country. It is an underdeveloped country. And obviously we're hoping that with the finding of oil and with hopefully the development that will go on in the country, we will see Guyana move up in a little bit more status. Now, they have announced, that every Guyanese adult citizen is set to get a one-off 100,000 cash grant. That's what the president of Guyana has announced. Now, they previously announced that it would be 200,000 cash grant, but that idea was scrapped to minimize any potential conflicts and administration challenges. How would an extra 100,000 plus any admin challenges? Just give them the money, what they should get. Now, they also said this addresses the many concerns of young people who may not yet have a family but thought they will not benefit from the household allocations because they were not yet the head of the household, because that's what they were stating, it's just the head of the household. So this new initiative will now take into consideration and expand the benefit to these young professional also. So he's saying, this is what he's actually said. My government will now expand this benefit by providing this one-off cash grant of 100,000 to every Guyana citizen 18 years and above as of the 1st of January 2024, with a simple means of clarification, that being in possession of a national valid identification card or valid passport. Now, these grants are part of the government's commitment to ensure the people of Guyana benefit from the country's newfound oil wealth. Now, this is in addition to the series of measures that they have announced, which will boost the disposable income for the people, including removing more than 200 taxes and fees. Guyanese people living abroad, and this is where it comes into contact with all of you guys that are Guyanese or have your Guyanese passports. You living abroad will also be eligible to collect the cash grant as long as you have a national ID card or a passport and can travel to Guyana for the registration process. So there you go, people.
I'm going to apply for Guyana citizenship.
You should. But let's just get this straight. Let's get it in perspective, all right? I have, 100,000 sounds like a lot of money, doesn't it? But when it does, it really does. But I need to figure out whether they're talking about this grant, which is $100,000, whether that's in US dollars or Guyanese dollars.
I've got a feeling that it's going to be Guyanese dollars. Is that the currency? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so if it is in Guyanese dollars, it's going to be a lot less than 100,000. So I need to check.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now.
But there is I think there's a couple of facets to this, so I don't want to get this incorrect, but they're saying that there is a cash grant to collect as well, of which is approximately £369. So I don't know if that's the conversion from 100,000 or whether this is an additional cash grant which people can collect, and this is available for people living abroad. So if you have a national ID card from Guyana, or if you have a Guyanese passport, you can collect this cash grant if you go over for the registration process. And also, if you don't have a Guyanese passport and you do have Guyanese grandparents, partners, family, go get your Guyanese passport. It's worth it. Now, Melly Mel says, I need to apply too. I don't know why. Those of you that have got parents from a Caribbean country, you should get your passports anyway. Irrespective of whether you think you're going to live there or not, go get your passport. It is your given right to be able to get a passport and be a citizen of that country. Because if anything happens in England, or if Trump decides to press that little button, there's a little country that you can go to and just sit down and chill for a little while, whilst everywhere in the developed countries start fighting over whatever they want to fight. So go get it, because you never know what could happen to countries in our lifetime, and what could happen. We could get reparation at some point. You never know, which means that you may have to be a Jamaican to collect some cash or something. So go get your given right, which is the right to have a passport from your parents' or grandparents' country.
So 100 Guyanese dollars is £372.
That's it then, everyone. It's just £369
Yeah.
then. It's £370.
Wow.
Which
I
in
do-
the scheme
I
of
do
things,
hope
is not a
it's-
lot.
I do hope it's US dollars. I honestly do hope it's US dollars.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
Thinking about it, for everybody being able to be entitled to that, if it's in US dollars, it will be. If it's US dollars, it's £78,000, which will be 949,824 Guyanese dollars.
Wow.
So, well, I've got a feeling it might be in Guyanese dollars.
Right, so, but I'm just checking, because I
But
checked.
it's still something, isn't it? It's still something.
It's still something, and I think people should be grateful for something.
Yes,
although
definitely.
with that amount of money, you'd expect that they'd be giving the people more. But as I said, tuition fees have been scrapped. So if you've got young people over here and you've got a Guyanese passport, send your children to Guyana for their education. It's free. And we know that the education in some of these Caribbean countries is a lot higher than what it is in the UK. So instead of your children getting a debt in the UK, send them over to Guyana. It's got to be it's cheaper to live over there as well, and they've taken a lot more taxes down. So let them get their education in Guyana, or go marry a Guyanese man. Quick time.
Quicker
So
clock.
quicker clock.
Quicker clock.
So you can go and send them over there. Now, Melly Mel says, my dad's Guyanese and my mum's, what about a dual passport? My dad's Jamaican and my mum's from St. Vincent. I've got my Jamaican citizenship, TRN and passport. If you have parents or grandparents from a country, you can apply to get citizenships or passports. Check out the fine detail from the various embassies. I don't know if it's the same from Guyana, but normally that's the case. What will happen? You'll be allowed it through your bloodline, which is either your father or your mother. So, Melly Mel, you could have a dual passport for sure.
Yeah,
Now,
definitely get your mother's birth certificate. And
yes. Go up to the Guyanese embassy or look it up online about Guyanese embassy and getting a passport if you have a parent or a grandparent from Guyana. I mean, my son's got Guyanese grandparents and I'm encouraging him to go get his passport. And then, in turn, his son can get a passport. And in turn, by the time he gets 16, ship him over. Go get free education. It's overrated letting your children get in this amount of debt in order just to get their first job. It's absolutely crazy. Now, I was looking at this price. If it is £369, well, it's something better than nothing. And £369 is a lot if you are in poverty. All right, it's a lot of money. And also, the population of Guyana is around 800 million people. I think it's 800 million or 800,000. 800,000, sorry. People in Guyana. Now you times that by £369. That's about 295 million they are giving out in grants, which I still think is not enough. I still don't think that's enough. They'll be making a lot more from oil, and they could afford to give out their people more. But let's see what else they will give out.
But you know what? On the bright side, at least they're giving out something to the people, because could you imagine if the UK had found oil, it wouldn't go to us. Or
well, that it would go towards the country, which in turn should benefit us.
And they'll tax us more.
Yeah. However, just to give you some perspective on this, the US oil giant, which I spoke about, Mobil, found more than 11 billion barrels of oil in Guyana. This was in 2015. 11 billion barrels. That's what they found in 2015. So 295 million is a penny in the ocean in comparison what the country is making from what ExxonMobil is making from all these barrels. So let's see what else they do for the people. I'm expecting much more. With that amount of oil being found, much more should be done also. But yes, Spice Nice says, I'm the same HPQ as you. So yes, guys, if you have friends that are going, I've come on because I've just realised the time and it's nearly time to finish for the day. We'll be back on Monday as usual. Oh no, we won't be back on Monday. We'll be back next Tuesday. Sorry, it's the week after, so we're back on Monday. Sorry, we'll be back next week, definitely on Monday and Tuesday with full breakfast flight show for the week. And just to let you know, we did obviously the fundraising for Black History Month. I haven't forgotten all about that. It's because we've been away. I've been waiting for the rest of the donations to come in. Last drive for donations, guys. If you've got anything that you do want to give, please, the Monzo bank account is up there. You can give. I will be shutting it as of this week, counting up all the monies and be presenting the monies to the various charities at the end of the month. We'll have a final total call, plus any additional monies us as the DJs will be putting into the funds, and we're going to try and see if we hit that £3,000. So thank you very much, guys. We haven't forgotten, and at the end of the month we'll be showing you the full donations. Hopefully we'll be having the checks out to all the charities so you can see what you guys did. So thank you, guys. Don't forget to vote for myself and SharkyDJ on the Rex awards. That's absolutely brilliant. Lastly, we got the Spa Weekender. We're going to be advertising this throughout the show for the over every week that we're going through. We still have some rooms left. That's from Friday the 31st of January to Sunday the 2nd of February. I'll let Sharky talk about this a little bit. The details are up there, Sharky. Maybe you can go through it with the Mix Clouders. We'll have Sharky doing some salsa. We'll have an African night theme where we're going to have some market stalls, hopefully, so you can buy some goods, and obviously a relaxing time too. That's HPQ done and dusted. I'll be back next week. I've missed you guys so badly. See you again soon.
There you go. Thank you, lovely HPQ. Adios.